All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to Sexy Party. As always, I am your host, Antonio Bryce. I am a comic book creator. I am the creator of the comic book series Brand and its upcoming sequel, Brand Way of the Gun. You can find the link to the preview page in the description there. And, well, we want to welcome back again the Mad Weirdo. How are you? I hope your weekend and Valentine's Day have been pleasant.
I've been doing pretty good. I've been having a pretty good Saturday just doing laundry. Hey, you guys out here, thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully we have a good show today.
You mean to tell me you're not getting pile drived this Valentine's Day weekend? And
No, I haven't got any Pound Town penis, anything like that in a long time. Didn't get any for Valentine's Day.
it's like,
That's
yeah,
life.
I just figured
I did,
someone would give it to you wrapped up in a bow.
well, yeah. But I got off this morning, so I always have my vibrator on me. So I got off this morning and then I went to sleep.
Oh my!
Um,
Okay.
I did do something though. I did do something this morning. I saw some dick this morning. That was fun.
Real live dick or photo dick?
Real life slog. Fuck you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, I see tits and ass every day, but it's like all on my Twitter feeds and Pornhub and shit. So,
Well, it's kind of hard to suck a digital dick.
oh
Can't I
wow,
don't I can't suck digital penis.
well, hold up. So this dick you saw, you sucked it.
I sucked the dick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And why would you do such a thing?
Because I like sucking dick, and preferably I like sucking his dick. So why not?
But it didn't go no further than that.
No, because I suck dick and I suck dick good. So
Do you do the sleeper hold, as I call it, where
yes.
after you done topped him off, motherfuckers like wanting a sandwich and to go take a nap somewhere?
Oh no, nothing like that. But something some women don't do, and I've heard about it. They'll suck a dick until completion, but they won't keep sucking. I keep sucking.
Oh yeah. All right.
I mean, I want every last fucking drop, yo. Like period, point blank. So I keep
Mm.
sucking, like, and they'll stop. They'll stop and be like, "Girl, please." The best part is the extra. The little extra is sweeter. I don't know. It's different.
Well, it's you got me thinking about starting a political movement. I remember when President Trump was running the first time and he had to drain the swamp. We need to start the hashtag drain the balls. And
Drain the balls.
drain the ball. And let's see.
2020.
That's it. Drain the balls.
Drain the
2020.
ball. What is say Daytona Falls said ask her to tell us about her sexual agenda. Haha. Um
Mm.
my sexual agenda. To get fucked. That's there you go. To get fucked and to give good fucks. That's my sexual agenda.
Mm.
Pleasing. Everybody needs to be pleasured in the situation. No one-sided bullshit unless they get down like that. Because sometimes I don't want a nut. Sometimes I just want to give you a nut.
Oh wow. Okay. Is that that's curious because some people are more about make sure they get theirs. And you sound like you enjoy the giving as well as the receiving.
Yes, that's another aspect of co-queening is we love to please. We love to please. So sometimes I don't want sex. Sometimes I wanna see you nut just to see what I did. And to see how you're affected by it. You know,
I just Arthur Brown. Holy hell! What did I walk into? Hopefully, you didn't walk into anything because you've been on in this chat before. So you shouldn't be walking in here blindsided. You know what I do on this channel. You know how it gets down. So
he
yeah,
said,
hopefully.
what did you walk into? Some freaky shit?
Yeah, well, I'm saying he been coming here for a minute. He know about this podcast. So I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be no surprise. There shouldn't be no babes in the woods in this chat.
Right. No
Yeah.
children. No children and unexperienced motherfuckers because y'all won't understand what the fuck we talking about.
Right. This is Sexy Party been going on since 2018. This ain't nothing new.
Ain't
At
nothing
least
new.
So but Matt, speaking of which, if anybody wants to send the Mad Weirdo a little bit of financial remuneration, as they say, I've got her cash app there in the chat there. It is cash the little $ the Mad Weirdo. That's pretty easy. And hey, show us a little love.
Yeah.
Obviously the super chats are on as well, and we appreciate people throwing a little something in the tip jar. We appreciate
Toss a little corn to your witches.
do something a little strange for some change.
Change.
Yeah,
You
there you go.
know? I'm sorry. I'm on one tonight. I'm drinking a little wine and I'm feeling it.
Oh, what you drinking on?
See, I normally don't drink muscadine wine. Muscadine wine is that stuff that they give you at communion. It's stuff they give you at church. I don't normally like that, but hey, it was cheap and I felt like it, so fuck it. So I'm drinking on that with a little cranberry juice, and I'm feeling woo.
Oh, you done said with the cranberry juice. Okay.
A little bit, because muscadine wine is a kind of acidic to me. So just a little cranberry, balance that shit out. And I'm over here chilling. So yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. I love it. So let me okay. So you mentioned the cook holding thing again. I'm still trying to learn about this because I see some of that. And I don't know. I guess I'm not in the mindset, of I still don't really understand that culture, and I'm trying to understand it.
Okay.
I just how long have you been in that lifestyle?
Well, I didn't even know it had a word and a name for it until like 4 years ago. But I've always been into kinky shit. And with my boyfriends and stuff, we would have threesomes and whatnot. And I would be more interested in watching him fuck a chick, like, and go to town on her ass than us like having sex. Cause we have sex all the time. So you throw a chick in the mix. I want to see what you do. And I'll just sit there. I have my little popcorn sometimes. I'll put a leg in the air. I'll smack some ass. I'll push some ass on them. I've done all types of shit. And it's just entertaining to me. It turns me on. Getting seeing my partner be pleased. And then, they would be fucking, they'll be finished, he'll pull out, I'll suck his dick off. That's fun to me. So that's fun to me. I know a lot of people can't do that, or a lot of people don't get that, but it gets me off, So I really can't explain to you what the concept is. I just know that I like watching my partner have sex with other women.
Well, the reason I ask is because I have a lot of video clips that they're friends of mine. We share clips and stuff, and it seems to be a lot of, especially we had mentioned like the Queen of Spades thing, and it seems to be a lot of husbands, filming their wives getting pounded.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very, maybe it's an insecurity thing. I'm jealous about that shit.
Yeah, most men can't do that. Most men will be like, I can't watch my woman fuck another dude, and that's why a lot of these swinger clubs or whatever, they really aren't swingers because they're not trying to, soft swap. They're not trying to hard swap. They're not trying to do none of that. They don't want their
Wait,
women
hold
to
on,
be
hold on.
touched. Period.
See, you using these terms. Just like I said, I'm a virgin. I don't know what's going on when you use those types because I'm not in the culture. I'm not initiated, so I don't know. I want the
Okay.
people like myself, hard swap, soft swap. What do those terms mean?
Okay, I'll explain what those terms are. Okay, a soft swap is when two couples decide that they're going to switch partners, but it's just kissing and touching, maybe some oral, but
Oh,
that's about as much as it's going to be. Hard swap is anything goes. We fuck it. We balls to the wall, fuck it.
oh, okay.
And most people do hard swaps if they're really about that life. But there are a lot of people who go to swinging clubs, a lot of couples that go to swinging clubs, and the guy gets really possessive over his woman. Meanwhile, he wants to have every bitch in the club, and it don't work like that. And that's why a lot of guys who claim to be poly, that shit don't work because they're really not poly. Well, not poly in a sense of I want all my partners to see each other. They're more of egalitarian poly or solo poly or relationship anarchy, and I'll explain those terms.
Okay, yeah, because
Egalitarian,
I was like,
yeah,
okay, you talking Japanese? I don't know what you're talking
I
about. That's
know,
what I was
right?
like. And I mean, I know about
Egalitarian,
polyamory though.
right,
I know about that. I've experienced, I've messed with a woman in that lifestyle, but she came through and, like I said, her husband knew she was there and her husband had a partner and, but I didn't have to get too far out of my comfort zone because she just told me what the deal was. And she said, "Oh, you'll never meet him. He'll never meet you. I'm just coming over and come over and do this thing and go on by my business, go home to my children." And I was like,
right.
"Oh, okay."
And
Um,
some people have their poly relationships worked out like that to where they don't see the other partner or they don't know about the other partner, but everybody involved know about each other in a certain sense. But the terms that I just stated, egalitarian poly, that's when one person is deciding to have two or more partners, but they have different relationships with them. So the partners don't intermingle. They don't intertwine or nothing. Everybody knows about everybody, but this one person has multiple partners, has multiple relationships with these partners, but the multiple partners don't have any relationship or sexual contact with one another. That's what that means.
mm,
Solo poly, those are people who are single basically, but they have multiple relationships with people. They don't live with anybody. They don't necessarily have any conventional committed relationships to anybody.
mm.
Um, they just out here enjoying themselves, and ain't nothing wrong with that either. And the last one is relationship anarchy, which is a person who decides that they want to have multiple relationships just everywhere and anywhere. That's it. Period. Point blank. Everybody know it. They come to the front door. Hey, I got this many girlfriends, or I got this many boyfriends, and that's it.
Okay, so let me see here. Hugo from Uruguay says, "Question to the hosts: opinions on golden showers." I don't do water
I
sports.
don't. I don't fuck with it.
I'm not into water sports, but I know people that are into that. But yeah, I'm not into water
I
sports.
know people who like getting pissed on. I, however, do not like urine anywhere. I don't even like peeing myself. So don't do it on me because I will beat your ass.
Well, yeah, it's just like any other thing you do in a sexual sense. You got to make sure that both partners are on the same page. You know,
Right. And no, I mean, it's not my kink. I don't kink shame. I don't kink shame nobody, but it's just not my kink, dog.
well, the reason I say that is because one of my exes, she kind of got dragged into having threesome. She really didn't want to have a threesome, but she was letting the guy like do all kind of weird shit, and
Mm-hmm.
then it just what he was like, "Hey, I want to have another woman in there, and she's telling me all this shit, and I was like, why are you agreeing to this shit? Then if you sound like this shit is kind of traumatizing you. If why would you allow? But she was like, well, I was afraid he was gonna leave me or whatever. So and so she ended up doing these things with other women and stuff, and it was just strange. So and she felt to this day she talks about when she would talk about it when we were together, she was talking like she got abused or something. So I was like, use your power as a woman and say no.
I mean, she got emotionally abused. That's not physically abused, emotionally abused, because she allowed herself to be emotionally manipulated into doing something that she doesn't want to do. And I tell women, like, if you have no desire to eat the cat, if you have no desire to fuck with women on any level, don't do it thinking you can keep your man. Because two things are going to happen. One, you're going to have a miserable experience because you don't like women. So you're not going to enjoy any of it. And two, you're going to give him another option to open the door to have fun with. I've known several women who have done that and did the course, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Like if it's really that serious, then just end the relationship. No, I gotta do this to save my relationship. No, what ended up happening, the chick that they brought in the bedroom ended up running off with their dude. Or, it really put a magnifying glass. Situations like that will put a magnifying glass into horrible relationships. And it just made stuff worse. So I was just like, there is no point and no reason for you to do that. If you have no type of desire for women, none. I don't get it.
yeah, don't let the guy pressure you into weird threesomes and stuff with people you're not cool with. So
at all, like, period. And if he loves you as much as you say he loves you, then he wouldn't put you in a position to feel any type of pressure or be hurt. I saw a comment in the comments. I wanted to come back to it. What Daytona Falls said, "Come on, man! It didn't work in the '60s hippie communes. That path never works long term." Well, suffice it to say, I do know someone that is in a poly relationship, and it's lasted for, I think it's 12, 13 years now. So.
there was a reality show on Showtime that I used to watch, and I think it was on for like 2 seasons, I think, maybe 3. Where they had a series of poly couples. I think they were around like San Francisco and around that kind of California area. And there was a married couple with children, and then they had their partners, and it was it seemed weird. They were raising their children, and their children knew about the children knew they had another friend, I think. But yeah,
Right.
obviously they didn't do anything freaky in front of the child, but the child was the other partner was raised, the other partner was in the home with them all the time, and the children knew that they were able to express love to that. It was strange. Although I think the father was bi or something. That's another thing. So like I saw something come across my feed, and I had to, someone's like, "Hey, you interested in this?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." It was this guy, and as soon as I went to his profile, I knew, because they sent me, because he had some videos that I was interested in on his profile. Someone's like, "Yo, check this out," and I was checking it out. And when I went to the guy, because I was like, I was about to follow the guy, and then I saw on his profile that he was bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he mentioned he was into is he was into that bullshit.
Okay.
He's looking for, and I guess I shouldn't have said bullshit. I mean, um, he was into that bull. You know what I'm talking about with the bulls. He's
Right,
looking for
a big black man to
yeah.
penetrate his ass. Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he's looking for a bull for his partner,
Okay.
and he likes for the bull to come inside the partner, and then
Ah,
he wants to lick.
and suck it out.
Yeah, and that made me. I didn't give him fire to mute that dude because I was like, oh hell no, that just like I
Okay,
said,
so he want to find a bull for his woman, a black man for his woman to fuck, and then skeet inside and
yeah,
suck out the cum. Okay,
yeah.
well I know a little bit about that. Uh,
Oh wow, okay, yeah,
I've done that a few times. It's fun. Uh,
it's fun.
it's fun.
Oh,
It's
that just
fun
made me
because
squint. It just made me so sick when I saw. I mean, he was. I mean, you should own your
I'm gonna tell you
sexuality, and he
why.
did.
I'm gonna tell you why it's fun to me. See, I can't speak for him, but I can speak for me. I can speak for myself.
Mm.
Um. Okay, so me and this guy that I have been dealing with for a long time, we had a threesome with this chick that we had been talking to, and we had normal threesomes with her, talking to her, doing things with her. We knew she was on birth control. We knew she was clean. Everything was good. So we were like, well, we want to do something extreme tonight. And it was like, what's extreme? And we were like, cream pie. Like, we want to
Oh,
we
I
want to
know
try
about
cream pie,
cream pie.
and I'm like, have him cream pie you, and I'll suck it out. And she was just like, sure, let's see what happens. So there, we're in bed. He laid us both out. I mean, laid us clean out. And he's finishing her off, and he does his thing, and he pulls out. I suck on him a little bit, and then I spread her apart and just start licking on her and suck his cum out of her. It's fun. I don't know. It
Hey,
was
you
something to do.
enjoyed that.
I did.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not going to judge your ride. But it just seemed weird for me that a guy would
A
want.
guy would want to lick out his woman after she got cream pie by another dude. It's the cold experience. I don't.
So this is what I'm trying to get you to educate because, like I said, you was dropping some knowledge especially last week's episode was you dropped a lot of game, and so that was yeah, I'm trying to understand because, like I said, I don't like to judge anybody else's experiences. But I've had people like trying to introduce me to this kind of stuff, and I was like, this just ain't for me. But that's the thing. I kind of go by, when I'm doing this sexual thing, I kind of go by the rocks rules. Like I know my role. You know what I'm saying? When the rocks say know your role, I know my role. And so I know if that ain't for me, that's another thing about owning your sexual experience. If
Right.
you are not comfortable with something, anything, you have the right to say no. And
That's it.
that's something I see people and they're afraid, they end up having bad experiences because they're too afraid to say, hey, I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
And that's a big no. You gotta, if you're not cool with anything that's happening, you need to own your sexuality and say, look, I'm not cool with it. So when I see certain things that have popped up, certain things that I've been offered to join in on and stuff like that, even though I'm like, oh man, she's attractive, but the other person, I was like, okay, it's not a threesome with two girls, it's a threesome with this guy want me to come in with his woman, or I'm not, it's just not, it's not for me. And I need to, there's no shame in me acknowledging that.
Right. I mean, I don't like pillow princesses.
Oh, what's that? What's that term,
I
man?
a pillow princess is a woman who just wants to get ate out. She doesn't want to give anything. She doesn't want to eat you out. She don't want to touch your titties. She don't want to do nothing. I do not like fucking with them. And when we had our threesomes or whatever, if a girl would put herself as a self-described Pillow Princess, I would ask her straight up, okay, I don't have a problem with sitting around and eating you out. I don't have a problem with that, but you got to be doing something for us. So what are you trying to do? Are you gonna, while I'm eating you out, are you gonna suck my man dick? Are you gonna suck it good? You know, if she say yes, okay, cool. If she say no, I just want to get ate out. Oh no, baby, go somewhere.
Well, let me ask you this, because you've obviously been in this lifestyle for a while. How long? First of all, how long have you been in these type of experiences, and if a rough estimate, how many threesomes have you experienced?
Um,
Uh
a
oh.
rough estimate of threesomes. I don't count, and I haven't counted. But if I had to get a rough estimate, I would say somewhere in the 30s. Um, yeah, with different guys, somewhere in the 30s. But that's a good question. Maybe I should start counting.
Well, I'm just trying to say, and how many years have you been doing this?
um, since I was 20,
Oh, okay.
and I'm 34 now, so 14 years.
Okay. Let me see. Have you let me see. Have you had threesomes with just say three girls? No guys, just three girls.
In college, a long time ago. And like I had just lost my virginity. My dude was going off to basic training. Me and him had already had a discussion, what he do down there is what he do down there. What I do up here is what I do up here. Cool. So me and I had a white girl roommate. She had dyed pink hair, so I would call her Pink. Pink and her friend Nicole, we got drunk one day. And she was just like, well, I've never been ate now, never been with a black person, period, sexually. Um, would you like to try something? I'm like, you know what? I'm drunk. Why not? So we start eating each other out. We start filling each other up. And needless to say, it didn't last pretty long because one of my suite mates ended up coming in the room and killed that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was just like, "Can I borrow some?" And then we like,
Mm.
and she like, I'll talk to y'all later. And she closed the door real quick.
Mm. Okay. So, and you've been in threesomes with two guys and yourself?
Yes. Okay. So remember that cousin I told you about that wanted to fight me because I gave my virginity to the cousin that I was actually with and in love with. So we all three of us ended up having a threesome, and that lasted about 2 minutes. Um,
Two
because
minutes.
it lasted 2 minutes. I just wasn't feeling him.
Oh wow. That
I
that
wasn't I wasn't feeling him at all because he just was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this shit," and just whipped his dick out unceremoniously. And I'm like, "Oh word." Is that what we gonna do? So I just was like, okay, well, let me roll with it. So I start kissing, my man or whatever, and he come up from behind like, bend over, bend your ass over.
that
What?
didn't yeah, it doesn't sound very that didn't
Yeah,
sound very, yeah.
yeah,
And
no.
okay, let me ask you this. In this situation, had you been with both partners individually sexually?
No. Carl was a trip. No, no. And even after that, I never fucked Carl.
Mm.
Carl, Carl was the type of dude that was really braggadocious, and I'm the man, and I'm the shit. So he joined the army too, and he went to Afghanistan and came back. And when he came back, my house was pretty much open to all my friends and shit, and we were cool. And he came over and he was just like, yeah. number 21. You want to be number 22, Tar? I'm like, 22 or what? He was just like, of the bitches that I fucked after I came back from Afghanistan. I was like, you know the answer to that.
Oh wow.
Hell no.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, yeah,
Right.
that doesn't sound very like I said, I'm always curious how, but because the young lady that I used to mess with, and she was married, and she told me, like I said, everything was out there. Her husband would text her, "Are you there? Is everything safe?" All this kind of thing, and because he was a police officer, he knew exactly where I lived and everything. She had my. So I kept being nervous that this cop was going to show up at my house, and she would text me, it's like, "Yeah, baby, I'm here. Everything's cool. You know, kiss the baby for me." All this kind of stuff, and I was like, this just seemed normal. This was their normal existence. But she told me, she's like, "Oh yeah, his girlfriend. He goes over and has sleepover at his girlfriend's house all the time, and even though they slept in the same bedroom." They actually had two beds. And I was like, okay, so y'all got two beds. How's that work? And sometimes, they had two kids, and one of them was only like 2.5. So sometimes she would want to come in. And so how they would play that out is they'd be like, "Oh, well, okay, we got the second bed in here in case the baby wants to sleep. That way she can sleep in her bed, a little bed in here, and then we can sleep in the other one together or whatever." But she said in other cases they would be sleeping in those separate beds all the time, and I don't. They just seem to have. I mean, it was working. I mean, she's still married to him now. They whatever disagreements or whatever they had, because she said at one point they were very sexually active together, and then they just kind of separated, but they still cared about their family, and they wanted to maintain a normal, stable household for the kids. She's like, we're not. She said, we don't sleep together anymore, but he has his thing, he does his thing, I do my thing, and she said, yeah, we get along. So it's I don't know. They seem to make it work somehow. So
I mean, different strokes for different folks, man. And if it's an agreeable situation for them and it works out for them, hey.
like I said, I'm always curious about how people come up with these different sexual agreements, and what are the rules. I get, but obviously it differs from couple to couple and everything. So since you've been in this, but like I said, the cuckolding thing, I definitely am. Yeah, I'm new to the game on that, and it's just uh, I've had those opportunities, but that's just not my thing. But I'm trying to, since you seem to enjoy it, I'm trying to. What do you get out of it? What's the thrill?
I get turned on by my partner being satisfied or pleasuring another woman. Both, actually. That's what I get off on it. And a second part of that is pleasuring and pleasing my partners.
Hmm.
I really like to please people. Especially in the bedroom. I don't know what that is about, but I've always been like that. Um and I've never had a problem with it. Um it can get problematic because now I get orgasms. So
Hmm.
so I can get orgasms by sucking a dick. I can get orgasms by having my nipples played with, but I like to be penetrated. So
Do you have
sometimes,
piercings?
oh, I wish.
No piercings.
No piercings. I
Hmm.
want I want to get some nipple piercings, but I have heard that they really fuck with people who have big boobs, and it's just like, nah.
Well, I
I don't.
was I messed with a chick, and she had the hood of her clit pierced. It was I'd never experienced that before. She had told me, and then when the pants came down, she's like, "You thought I was joking?" And I was like, "Whoa, yeah." But I mean, yeah, she started sending me. She had like a barbell or something down there. It's like, okay,
Mm,
um,
mm. So look, the only time I like pain is sex.
Okay, hold up. Let's unpack that because tell me about it. So
I'm a big proponent of sex and violence going hand in hand. I don't know if that's me having a chaotic nature or what, but I like sex and violence. I like to get spanked. I like to get tied up. I like to get choked. I mean, really choked. Choke me good. And fuck the shit out of me while you're doing it. I like to get grabbed and pushed and slapped. I'll even enjoy a man slapping me in the face during sex.
really?
If he's putting it down like that. Like if he is really beating the pussy up and he beating the pussy up good, yes, slap me in the face. Yes, call me a bitch.
I saw there was some video I saw where the guy was like spitting on the girl and stuff like that. Are you into that kind of shit or no?
I do not like spit, but I think I know what you're talking about. Black on black crime. Black on black crime is an interesting. They have some interesting clips. Some of the stuff I like, and some of the stuff I don't like. I don't like throw up, and I don't like spit. I don't like vomit or spit. So
Oh
I'm
God,
not.
the fact that is even a thing, that's
Some
weird to
people
me.
like that, and some people. The reason why people would like the vomit is the gagging. Like they like the gagging. I hate gagging.
I
I hate.
saw
I hate gagging.
Yeah, well, let's okay. So you probably won't have any experience with what I'm about to mention. I saw some clips where the guy was like spitting in the woman's mouth. It
Right.
was weird stuff like that, and I didn't understand. I mean, obviously they was getting it on too, but it just some of that stuff seemed very weird to me. It was strange.
Some people like to be degraded, and some people like get off degrading on folks. And spitting in your face, like that's a disrespectful act. Like that right there would make me want to beat your ass. So it's like no, that's why I can't get jiggy with it. But I understand that some people can. Hey, different strokes for different folks. Like I said, I just that's not a part of what I like. Men, they like putting the dick down your throat to feel you gag. I hate gagging. I hate gagging. Put me in certain positions, I won't have a gag reflex. But
do you ever watch Ghetto Gaggers? Have you ever seen that? I've seen that.
I have.
Okay,
I have.
that doesn't do anything for me. People have like, oh man, Ghetto Gaggers, I love it. I don't know.
I like throat fucking, so it does do something for me.
Well, here's the thing. I get a lot of clips like when we're swapping these, like, oh, check this out, okay. And I don't like when the chick is sucking the dick, and then all of a sudden the guy just like totally forces her throat, and she's like, I was like, that doesn't turn me on. It doesn't do anything for me.
It does to me.
I just like getting. I just want because I actually had a chick and she had guys do that, and so I guess she was first time she gave me head. She was. I guess she was expecting me to force her throat down and all. Right. I was like, no, I'm good, and she just did her thing and finished me off, and I was happy, and we saw each other for several months. And she's like, that's one of the things I like about giving you head is that you don't try to force my throat down. I was like, well, my thing is this. I said, I don't know. You may decide to go on and start seeing somebody else. But I was like, look, it's just not my thing. But it sounds like you just went along with it and you didn't let that person know that you're not cool with it. So that's why I keep telling people, own your sexual experience, own your sexual journey. If you're not into something, whether you feel like that person is going to reject you or whatever, be honest about it and tell them like, look, I'm not into that. Because I ended up dating a lot of broken women that had been in, one chick talking like she got raped, even though she's like, I got raped, but I didn't really get raped. And I was like, how do you get raped and you don't really get raped? Wow. And then she explained it where the guy wanted to have a threesome, but he wanted one of his partners. His partner came into town and stuff, and he was like wanting to have a threesome with this guy. So he talked her into allowing his buddy to join in on it. and he was kind of rough with her and all this, and she didn't really enjoy the experience. I was like, you should never put yourself in that type of position, because if you're not into that, you should let these people know right away. Don't be afraid to be like, look, I'm not cool with it. Just that way you don't have to, you don't go away years later going, damn, that guy really was rough with me. He kind of humiliated me. I wasn't attracted to him. And this was just it was a bad experience. So I just, that's why I stress that, man. If you're with something, everything I do is consensual. I don't
Right.
want to, I don't want to do anything that's not consensual. So,
Well, a lot of women, women do a lot for a man or to keep a man. And we will acquiesce to their desires and say, hey, we'll do it, but we won't like it. That's essentially how I got into throat fucking. That's essentially how I got into sucking dick, to be quite honest with you, because I never wanted to suck dick ever. Like during even seeing porn and shit, I would just be just grossed out by it, because my thought process was like, men pee at the same hole that they have to ejaculate out of. I'm not putting my mouth on no pissy dick. Nah, nah, nah. And then you grow up, you're a big chick, and you got big lips. All they used to tell me is that I got DSLs. I have dick sucking lips. That's all the boys used to
oh,
tell
I
me.
know
Oh,
that term. I
you got
definitely know
some
that.
dick sucking lips, girl. You got some dick sucking lips, shouted. Nah, I didn't want no parts of it. So when I lost my virginity, um, and we started, he came back from basic training and I moved back home and we started actually having sexual intercourse with each other for real, for real. He would want me to top him off. And I would be like, ew, I don't want to do all that. And he was just like, look, come on, could you do it for me, please? And I said, you know what? Look, I'm experienced. I'm experimenting. Let's see what can happen. The first time I sucked his dick, I did not like it. I could not stand it. I was just like, ew, this is gross. But over time, I began to like it for two reasons. One, because it pleased him, and two, because I enjoyed having that much control over a man. Like, here's this guy who could just slang my ass all over the bedroom, pick me up and all that shit, slang me across all over the bed. And he is balling. He is crumbling at my feet with the shit that I do with my mouth and tongue. Are you serious? I love it. Like, I love it, man. I love to see a powerful motherfucker just shake and bend and quake because of the shit that I do with my mouth and my tongue. Um, it's a powerful experience. So with that, I ended up enjoying it, and then it leewayed into throat fucking. And the reason why I got so turned on with throat fucking is I like to control the muscles in my mouth. I like to control my mouth. So I wanted to see what I can handle. And like I said earlier, I don't like gagging. So what I would do is I would train myself on, sucking his dick. He would train me on sucking his dick.
It sounds like Mission Impossible. What kind of training is this?
I
Although
mean, you gotta train your throat to have that. If you're gonna do that, it's a lot of force to have this cylinder thing down your throat, and it's ramming itself down your throat. One, you're struggling on how to breathe, so you have to figure out how can I breathe and do this and deal with that one, and then how can I bypass the gag reflex? Two, um, there are different ways to do it, but if you're doing it, regular straight up with a man standing over you, thrusting his penis inside of your throat, then you're going to fucking gag unless you have trained yourself on his penis.
well, let me ask you this, because this is something I noticed in a bunch of the, and I've watched. I don't know. I think I've gotten numb to a lot of this because I've watched so much. I don't know if I can have just purely normal sexual experiences, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I've seen is just kind of numb me to the stuff. But I've seen like some of this ghetto gagger shit the girl, they it's a lot of interracial stuff. So
Right.
the white girl comes in, she's got like, I've noticed she have like some kind of mascara or something around her eye, because when they start doing it, her eyes start watering. And
Right.
then the makeup starts running. I saw that in quite a few of the films. So I was like, because they wanted her to have that kind of teary mascara look. And
Right.
is that, well, I mean, I guess in the porn world, that's normal. Because like I said, I've seen a bunch of those. So it seemed to be a thing.
Is that
Um,
normal in the real world?
well, I mean, I figure if you're kind of gasping, it's going to make your eyes water.
Right. You're gonna cry.
Yeah. So the whole thing was weird. I guess, but yeah, I mean, they getting those views, so people are interested in this.
Yeah.
So.
And some men like to mess up a girl's makeup. They like to see the streaming of the mascara from the tears and the messed up makeup lipstick from sucking the dick. They like that shit. So yeah, they're gonna get views forever because there's a lot of people into that type of shit, and they don't want to say it.
Oh man, okay. But that's not what did your eyes all did you start watering? Did all that shit happen or no?
Oh yeah, because your body is struggling for air. If you aren't trained on the person that you're sucking off, or you're not trained to the point where you can do it, you can breathe and suck dick or take dick like that, then yeah, you're going to cry, and that's just the body's I guess way of trying to tell you, hey, I need some air, and you're not giving me any air, so here it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I saw some of these guys. They were being rough with these chicks. Chicks were like, and then the chick, oh god, it was just, even just thinking
Start
about it
throwing
now.
up
That,
and
yeah, it makes me, yeah, a lot of those videos I had to turn away from that. It just wasn't into my, I don't know. I think I'm kind of, I mean, I enjoy sex, but I think I've started to realize I'm kind of boring. I do a couple of different positions. I'm in the oral, both giving and receiving. Uh, I definitely don't want any other males in the vicinity when I do that. I'm actually nervous about having a second female. Like I said, when I tried a threesome, it wasn't ideal for me. I just didn't enjoy it. And it
I
just,
mean, I understand you are what we would consider vanilla.
aha. Okay, so y'all got a turn from me.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm big square L7.
And I mean, most people are vanilla, because most people don't have extreme, sexual wants and cravings, and that's okay too. You get it how you live, man. Whatever turns you on, as long as it's safe and it's not hurting anybody and not, detrimental to anybody's health. Cool.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that's like I said. Let me think. So, there's so many. You got my head swimming with so many different questions, because sometimes I was like, something just wrong with me that I'm not into this type stuff. This is just not what I've tried. Like I said, I've been played, like, I know about like swinger clubs and people, doing like parties, and I've been invited to things, and that, I don't know. I've turned down, like I said, I've turned these experiences down because, and some people's like, man, don't be scared, try something different. And I was like, nah, I just know me. I know how uncomfortable I am in those type of situations. I'm a one-on-one guy. Now,
Right.
if you get the one-on-one guy, oh my god, you give me a woman I'm into, we can try things. I'm cool with that. I'll we can experiment and do different things, and you got toys and little vibrators, and I've done all that. I don't have no problem with that, but that needs to be a one-on-one experience for me, as opposed to, oh, okay, well, my husband's gonna watch while you do this. I can't do it. There's a couple of guys that I follow on Twitter that are adult performers, And there's this Jamaican dude, and his ass, he calls himself a bull, and that's one of the things he does. He seems like he's like, hey, I'm gonna be in the Tampa area, hit me up in the DMs, send a message. He's like, y'all want me to bang your wife or whatever, send me a message. I just see, and he puts on a mask. I noticed in the videos that I saw him in, he was wearing a mask, but he has an OnlyFans thing, where he sells the little video clips. So that, I guess that's his he'll come through because he's trying to make video content for his page.
Okay.
And so yeah, and boy, he was banging. And I remember he tweeted out the other day. He said, "Appreciate all the husbands that's been filming me." And I started laughing, but that's the truth. Somebody else is sitting there holding that camera. And as a matter of fact, he was with this white couple. Well, hell, they all white because he loves the Queen of Spades type thing or whatever. And the husband was filming him fucking his wife, and he was and he would let the camera go down, and you would see him jerking off while he's keeping the camera on the black dude and his wife, and then all of a sudden you would see the camera slip down, and you'd see him stroking it while he was watching the whole thing. And then there was more as the video went on. He hopped in. He decided, I guess he let dude warm her up, and then he's like, okay, yeah, I can get in now. And they were doing really kinky shit. Dude was pounding his girl, and he was like, as he would pull out, the dude would stick his tongue down there and lick. I was like, oh shit. They was doing too much for me. And he let the dude touch his balls while he was fucking. I was like, no, I don't want another man's hand on my motherfucking balls, period. I don't want none of that. Yeah, it's a wrap at that point. It's like, any other man touch me, I don't want him to touch it. Oh yeah, fuck her, man. Oh, he's got his head right down there. I mean, these guys, like, that kind of shit right there threw me off. But I mean, it seemed like that's what they were into, and the dude wasn't offended by it. So I'm just saying, if I feel like if I let another man touch my ass and touch my balls and shit, then I'm probably bisexual at the very least. That's just
that's how you feel.
I feel like, just to me, watching that shit, I was like, okay, you let that dude, I get it, you was fucking his wife, but you let him touch your balls, that's a wrap. You're like, because it was like that whole, you remember what was last year or year before when Terry Crews, the actor Terry Crews got into it with that Hollywood agent guy, and that guy cuffed him right in front of his wife. And everybody was like, why the fuck did you beat this motherfucker down? That's a no-no right there. Where I come from, he would have got beat the fuck down for even doing some shit like that. And other people was like, maybe that dude felt like he could do that with Terry. I'm like, the dude's wife was there, and this guy tried to grab him by the crotch. He would have got beat the fuck down. It wouldn't even be no question. It'd have been a wrap. And
I mean, maybe he was comfortable with that. Maybe he was okay, and that wasn't a big deal to him. But I totally get where you're coming from.
Well, Terry wasn't cool with it, but like I said, this other guy, like some of these videos. That's one thing about Twitter. They allow you to put all these adult clips. I didn't know for a while there. I honestly didn't know that that Twitter allowed. I remember a few years ago. People was like, no, you can put adult clips on Twitter. Yeah. And all of a sudden I started following one account, then I started following another. And it was like, and it seemed like once they know that I'm following these type of accounts, I'll get a DM like, hey, if you're looking for this kind of content, check these accounts out. They send me a DM, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I'm into. But every now and again, you get some weird shit pop up. Like, there was one account that I was really enjoying, and then they shared a video the other day, and I ended up having to unfollow them. And I was into the video at first. I was like, oh man, hot chick. And then here's another hot chick. She got nice tits and everything. And then I noticed that it's some fucking she-males. Like one woman, and then the other it was like they were trans or some shit. And
trans women.
Yeah. It was and I said, oh no. And then I had to immediately scroll up and make sure I not only did I unfollow, but I muted the account because I don't want that kind of shit coming up in my feed. I don't want to see no dicks. I don't want to see dicks with chicks with tits. That shit is horrible. And and I'm seeing, the woman's going down there. She's getting fucked up the ass, and she got a big old dick, and they're jerking her off. I was like, oh, all right, that's a immediate mute right there. I can't. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, see, you need to share that with me because I like seeing trans women have sex. It's interesting to me.
That just
see me. See, I understand that. But like somebody said in the chat, you are vanilla. I am tutti frutti with crushed nuts and whipped cream.
Well, I just I see it. Yes, an only twin. And but it's just like I said, it just sounds like that's not my thing.
Right. And I understand that.
I just the spitting, the peeing, all that. I'm not into the fluids make me check out. Fluids make me uncomfortable.
And only fluids I like is seeing, like, I love bukkake porn.
Oh no. I
don't even like facials and stuff on me, but I like watching it.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so even though you like watching that stuff, you don't want that kind of stuff done to you.
No, because I prefer it in my mouth. I like the taste of cum. I don't want it on me. Nah.
Okay, so if you were taking on two guys at the same time, would you let them both finish on you like that at the same time? Like you swallow? Because I saw that where the chick she was messing with like 3 dudes, and we got time, and the one got in her mouth, and then the other guy, boom, he finished, and then she took it all. It was all these stuff, and she took it and spit it into a cup.
Well, see, I have no desire to fuck more than one man in one sitting, so that would never happen.
Oh, okay. I just like, well, I mean, you had said you had been into a situation,
right? I have.
Okay. That's why I didn't know what the rules are. What's on the table? What's off the table?
Off the table is that I prefer one guy in my situation. I prefer one penis. I'm okay with one penis policy simply because I like that one penis. I don't want another penis.
So
then I have.
So I'm about to say most of your threesomes would be 2 girls, 1 guy. Then.
Right.
Okay.
So we can have as many girls as you want to, and we have fun. But as far as a guy is concerned, I just want one.
Okay, let me ask you this then, because you just said that. Okay,
right.
So you've had threesomes. So have you had foursomes or 5?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, that's what I want to know. So, I guess orgies, gangbangs, whatever. What's your experiences in that type of?
Well, like I told you, I had an orgy in college, and that ended with old girl farting in his mouth. So that was the end of that. But I've been to several like lifestyle parties, and I've seen their orgies, and I've seen them do things. The closest I've been to playing in public was a few years ago. The guy that decided that he wanted to stand me up as my, he was supposed to be my dom. He decided to stand me up when I went to Baltimore. He ended up calling me back. And around that time, I was in one of those forgive moments where I just wanted to forgive everybody, So he was just like, well, we never met and we never, linked up. And there's a party for New Year's Eve. You want to go to the party? I'm like, oh. So we ended up linking up at the party, and we essentially zoned out everybody because we were just like into each other, like real into each other. So we get to the party. We was on the party bus, just like zoning people out. Then we finally get to the party, and he was just like, "So come to the bathroom. I want to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh, he's trying to get some freaky shit. Like I'm trying to fuck." So I
Mhm.
had been fucking a long time. I just broke up with a dude, and so I was just like, yeah, let me get some dick. But he goes in the bathroom and he was just like, you just give off naughty girl vibes to me, and this just hearing any of that just makes the brat in me just so and he's touching my neck, and he's trying to feel what type of choking that I like, and he's seeing the type of choking that I respond to, and he starts fingering me, he starts playing with me, and somebody needs to go to the bathroom. So we're like, okay, well, there is a private room back there. We go in the private room. There are two couples that are fucking. I ain't there
Mm.
getting it on. So we start getting it on. And we having our fun. I'm sucking him off good. He's playing with me. And here's this guy, just random guy, came in the room and he saw me doing my thing. And he just comes over and pulls his shit off like, can I get a part of that too? And I'm like, nah. And he's just
Mm.
like, the guy that I'm, sucking off, the dude that wanted to be my dom, he was just like, no, she's mine. That's mine. Like, you don't want to play with him? I'm like, no, I don't want to play with him. Like, no, that's mine. You can go away. And so dude pulled up his pants. I was like, okay, well, fuck that.
That's crazy.
He
You
pulled
just
up his pants.
you
Go
just
right
walk
ahead.
up to you. That's because that's something you made me kind of have some flashbacks from, like, I go back like 20 years. I was surprised, especially when the internet really started popping, because I'm going back
Right.
to like the MySpace days and stuff like that. People were really smart about using social media
Yep.
to network with each other and set
Yep.
these type of parties up.
Yep.
I had people sending me links, and they had stuff on. There were groups on like MySpace and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. They were like, yeah, there's places you can. There's like, if you different states in the country, we can order. I mean, there were groups I was in. I got invited to groups that had 50, 70, 100,000 people in it. So there's a lot of people that are into this. It's like, okay,
Right.
so if you're, and then there was groups just like that's why I found Adult Friend Finder, and they got them all over, especially in the U.S. Okay,
Yes.
so like if you're on Adult Friend Finder, and you be like, okay, I'm in Tennessee, and so you can just find all the different groups and parties. And I've had so many people invite me to these things. They're like, yo, I had this couple that contacted me on Adult Friend Finder, and they were like, hey, you're in the area. If you ever want to come through, we organize. We don't normally organize our parties on the weekend, and obviously, nothing is. If it's okay with the partner, everything it's okay. That kind of thing about just making sure that I knew the rules about respecting people when you come to the, that kind of thing. So I was just like, oh wow, and then. And then you see they got them in like places like Montana. I was like, why are they organizing sexual parties in Montana? You just feel like there's nothing but mountains and like prospectors up in that area. No, they're living that lifestyle there, and just it doesn't matter where you think. Oh, it's not. Nothing's happening in South Dakota. No, they got a bunch of South Dakota groups and stuff like that. So it's just they're not as big as some of the other places because they don't have the same population. So it just seemed to me that as I was looking around, the bigger the states, like places like New York and California, oh my God, they got enough of those type of, I mean, thousands of them,
Right.
thousands. And I was just like, I said, okay, Chicago, you hit these places. Atlanta is off the hook. I mean, I know you know about Atlanta, but
Mm-hmm.
I just, like I said, it amazes me with the as the technology has improved, because there's adult groups on Facebook and stuff.
Right.
Um,
I used to run one.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. So people are looking for these, and I mean, like I said, these groups get big. They get real big.
Right.
And I was just, but also I come from that Craigslist culture because that's what I used to hook up on Craigslist on. I was regular on Craigslist where people just knew it's like, man, you be putting ads on here all the time. And then so I'd have to switch it up or change. I'd change up my ad and make it so nobody would know it was me, and so I could, because I noticed after a while, there was one girl that I actually responded, and she ended up coming over to the house, and she said, "Well," I said, "So how long you be going on Craigslist?" And she said, "I do." She said, "If I'm lonely, I'll look. I'll go on there and I'll see if there's anybody interested." Because she responded to my ad. And I said, "So what made you respond to my ad?" Because she said, I said, I post on there every now and again. I was lying my ass off. I was telling her, I was on there multiple times a week. I had 2 different email addresses so that I could set up different ads on there, so I could get twice. I get more bang for my buck. And so I would check one email address. Okay, this chick answer here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, she sent pictures. Okay, so I check, and so I try to set stuff up. And it was just happening, man, one after another, But after a while, it was like, "Oh man, somebody actually wrote on back to me, and they said, 'Man, you post on here all the time. You on here every week.'" And so when I started getting that kind of stuff, I was like, "There's a lot of lurkers on Craigslist because they just like to come and these people's like, I just like to read the ads on there, and I laugh at people trying to like date and hook up." I was like, "So why are you there?"
Right.
You obviously are looking for something too, but you're too afraid to go to the next level. And because that's one thing. As I got better at putting the ads, I had a pretty decent success rate where I was, I probably hooked up with, over a dozen and something women.
Same.
Yeah, I was having a lot of. That's why I was like, when I got that notification, they had that Craigslist killer, I think, wasn't around the Boston area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He messed it up for
He
everybody.
fucked it up for everybody because that's how I had most of my threesomes were from Craigslist. And then they're gonna sit up there and say that they're gonna end the casual encounters. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was my spot right there. I was like, the bitch tell me she don't want to see me no more. I was like, all right, bitch, drop another ad.
Right.
And I'd put another ad up, and within a few days, I'd have another chick over here, and we'd be fucking each other. I was like, I was just bed hopping. That's just where it was. And oh, I gotta find a sitter for my kids. Well, find that sitter and holler at me. Let me know what's going on. So that's just what it was. I'm on I don't know if you do online dating. I'm on a bunch of those sites.
I do. I'm on Tinder, I'm on OkCupid, I'm on Plenty of Fish, but I don't even pay attention to the shit because the responses you get are ridiculous for women. For men, it's a gold mine for y'all.
It's actually Plenty of Fish used to be really good. I've hooked up with a couple of chicks on there, but now I've started certain things kind of make me sense of disturbance in the force, if you will, like a woman. I know after I've had a dating sample size. I've been with it about, I don't know, about 35, 40 women. I know that when a chick looks like a supermodel, that they normally aren't into me like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll see a profile, and all of a sudden this super hot smoking chick all of a sudden swipes, and I get the notification, "Oh, Mandy 22 likes your picture." And I go, "Oh, okay." And so at that point, I like them back or whatever. And then they start sending me links to like video cam services and shit like that. So I said, okay, that's the hustle now. You go on these dating sites and you find guys that you feel like, oh, that guy's a loser. He'll probably just be into me. And then they just take somebody else's picture and and to lure it's clickbait. They want to lure you in, and that's one of the things. Plenty of Fish used to be a lot more secure. They need to fix that because there's a lot of people out there just fishing on the website, and
Pretty
they'll be
much.
like, yeah, they'll be like, hey, if you can, it's like, hey, I don't want to, I want to take it off the site, and I go, okay, and it's like, well, here, this is my cam site. If you could just sign up there, just use your credit card. I was like, bitch, I ain't use my credit card for shit. And that's immediate. Somebody gets blocked, So I'm like, okay, that's somebody blocked because they said they're bullshit, and they just wanted to get, yeah, it was just too much. I just, yeah, I didn't know if that was. I don't know how it is for women because I started noticing. Another thing I've noticed is a lot of the women that come up in my profile, they don't have profile pictures anymore. They'll have pictures of their pets or pictures of some kind of romantic meme type thing. Like, it's
Yep.
like, I want a knight that will treat me like a princess, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you ain't got no damn pictures. And once you don't have no pictures, I click on the thing and I look, and I say, okay, it's she's got a picture of like fireworks and a heart, and she's got photos of pets, and but the profile will be like, oh yeah, I'm looking for someone, I'm trying to be, trying to be in a new relationship, I'm looking for romance, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, once I don't, and I actually, on my Plenty of Fish profile, it actually says if you don't have pictures, don't message me, don't contact me because I'm not interested. Because I feel like,
Man,
hey, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You just gave me a flashback.
Oh, let's have it. Let's have it.
Okay, so I have so many stories about my adventures of POF. POF is the trash heap. I mean, the absolute bottom of the barrel trash juice
Oh no.
of dating sites for women. Because I will get on there, I will put up all my particulars about men. And it's not like some sex shit. It's some real, hey, I'm trying to connect with somebody. This is the type of person that I am. This is the type of person that I'm looking for. You got some nice titties. Let me see your titties.
Well, guys do that
That's
though.
one. That'd be the first one. The second one is, oh well, you sound very stuck up and condescending. And for a fat woman, you have a lot of complaints and you have a lot of specifics. And you should just be happy that anybody just accepts your fat ass. I'll get that.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and then you'll get motherfuckers who I like to call the bait and switch motherfuckers. They will talk to you. They'll have a regular conversation. Excuse me, miss, blah blah blah. I like this music, I like that music, I like that show, and we'll get a vibe going, right? And then he'll ask me out. And I'll be like, okay, cool. We'll set up a date. Either the day before the date or the day of the date, I'll get an excuse. They'll make up an excuse. Well, it's raining outside. This is one case that happened. It's raining outside, so I didn't think that we should, go outside on a date. He pulled up, right? He pulled up. I'm thinking we about to go out to eat, so I'm looking nice. He pulled up to my apartment in just a white t-shirt and some baggy ass pants with a hot and ready in the back and a bottle of E&J talking about some it's raining outside, so I figured we could just stay in and kick it and get to know one another. I say, you tried it. They will do that. They will try to finesse a full on, hey, I want to take you out for a date to Netflix and chilling in your house.
Mm. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm always curious about. I know when I talk to my lady friends that use online dating sites, women have some of the worst
Mm.
experiences. This is like guys, they'll be like, "Hi, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for a serious relationship," and the dude will, they'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And next thing you know, it's a dick pic, shit
Yep.
like that.
Yep, that's why I don't even concern myself with that shit anymore. Yeah, I got profiles, but I don't even be caring. I don't even be checking them. I ain't checked my OK Cupid in months. I ain't checked Plenty of Fish in since August. since I got stood up down here, I do try to finesse it into a Netflix and chill situation. I said I'm not going for that. And not only are you late for the date, but then you're gonna try to finesse it into coming in my house. Like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
All
Oh
right.
shit!
Let me see. And only twin, Australian twin, got to go. Thanks for the entertaining stories. Until next time. Well, we're here the same time every week, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this channel. We appreciate you coming through. We appreciate everybody else coming through. This channel, and the stream keeps growing, and we do appreciate you guys. So thank you. Hope to see you again next week. We love it. So
thank you for interacting with us. See you next week.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's one thing I've, and we can kind of close with this. I don't like people that do that bait and switch shit with fake photos, all that shit. I don't, I had a chick that I noticed I got a couple of women that contacted me. And there was a woman, and this I got this a couple times, so this must be a thing. Because I in my profile, like on OkCupid and stuff, I specifically say, they be like, hey, would you date anybody outside of a distance of, and I say 50 miles. So like if I gotta go more than 50 miles to find you, then that's not something I'm interested in, right?
Right.
And then so all of a sudden I get these notification, and this woman, and she's really cute and everything. She's got a little boy. I said, oh, okay, she's a redhead. I love redheads. So okay, boom, she's a redhead, all this kind of stuff. And it says that she's in Smyrna, which is right next door to Tennessee. I said, oh, okay, great. So I see her, I swipe back. They go, congratulations, you have a match. Boom. So I contact her, and we get to talking. I said, and I can tell within a couple of exchanges, I said, okay, is she one of these catfish type chicks, or is this some real shit? And she was doing it real. She was like, hey, let me give you my number and we can talk. And I was like, okay, it's a real phone number. Bam, she sent me a number. I sent her my number back. She texts me. She sends me more photos. I said, okay, she's a real woman. I mean, they're not sexual photos. They're just photos of her with her son. Photos, just they're like just hanging out and just they're regular. Hell, she was out having dinner, and she had gotten her toenails painted. She took a picture of her photo of her feet and sent them to me and stuff. She had all these little patterns. I said, okay, so I thought she's straight up real chick. And I said, okay, so you're in Smyrna. What's going on? She said, oh, that's something I meant to tell you. I'm not actually in Smyrna. And I go,
what?
She's in Detroit.
Detroit?
And and this happened to me more than once. So I started realizing this is the game. They get you. There was so many of them in the beginning when I was seeing that I was starting to get a bunch of catfish accounts. They would like, hey, you're really cute. Contact me on this site. And they do credit card verification because they get paid to get you to come onto the site and just put your credit card in. And I said, no, I'm not comfortable with putting my credit. Oh no, it's not going to charge your card. It's just a adult verify and everything. I said, but we're already talking on here, so why do I need to switch it up? And she, okay. And then people start getting hip to that. So what they're doing now, because there was another girl, and she was in Chicago. But her shit on her profile, I said, your profile says Nashville. Okay. Oh, yeah, I used to live in Nashville, but I had some financial trouble, so I had some family up in Chicago, so I had to move. I just haven't updated profile. Okay. And we start talking. She's sending me photos, all this kind of stuff. I sent her photos. I mean, we were talking for a couple of weeks. And then I said, okay, maybe she's a decent girl. But like the Chicago thing was a red flag. But then she started going, hey, could you possibly cash at me a couple $100? I need to pay some bills.
Oh, yeah. They do that too for
Yeah. And yeah, she started asking me to cash app her money. I was like, I ain't. And that's a different thing. I don't, if we done fucked around a little bit and you ask me for some cash, I'll be like, okay, it depend out. It depends on what happened. It's like if we done messed around and then you ask me like, yo, can I get a couple stacks?
Right.
It's like that. That's different because I done fucked you at that point. I'm like, okay, I don't, it's different. Someone that's gave me a piece of ass asked me for a few ends and dividends, as opposed to some chick on the internet just trying to see if I'm gonna send them a couple hundred and stuff.
Right.
I was like, all right. She's like, well, she said, what about iTunes? This is apparently a hustle where they getting iTunes cards and Amazon gift cards and shit like that.
And they flip them.
Yeah, I did not know. I was like, I said, I must have that simpish look on my face where these bitches think that I'm just going to be breaking them off and send them a $50 gift card or something. And then the bitch asked me would I pay her Verizon bill.
It's not necessarily that you have a simp face. It's necessarily that everybody to them has a simp face, and they're gonna get it how they live. And if one person don't do it, then they have it in their mind that somebody else can do it. So they'll just keep trying and trying and trying. I mean, hey, if it works, go right ahead.
Yeah, because at that point, like I said, the Chicago chick, when she told me, hey, I can let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Last Crusade, Antonio cut the middleman. Just pay for a quality escort. Like, hello, you must not have listened to many of these podcasts. I told you, I'm not afraid to say that I have patronized a working girl every now and then. So I'm not afraid to get an escort or anything. I've purchased hookers. As I don't have no shame in that because I know the hooker gonna do what I need and then she gonna leave and then it's gonna be the end of it. So
that's gonna be the end of it.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that, but I'm not gonna pay for it all the damn time. So I try to get free pussy as much as possible.
So, shouts out to the sex workers. Sex work is real work. I mean, they are putting it in, man.
But that's like I said, I don't have no problem. I respect. That's the world's oldest profession. I respect. I perfect a professional. So yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with working girls. And matter of fact, a couple weeks ago, I told that story about. Remember, I told the story about the hooker that was coming and working when I was working at the gas station.
Yeah, when you were working at the convenience store.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, dude. I told her not to mention. Yeah, I was very pro friendly. Yeah, they were just like, yeah, he cool. He ain't gonna. I was letting them turn tricks out in the parking lot, and then there was a couple of them that was, I locked the store up and fucking up. Although, like I said, that's crazy. But
that was a crazy story.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and like I said, when I got fired, I deserved to be fired. At the end of the day, when I got fired, I got what was coming to me.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I do seem to get fished a lot, and so I got my guard up immediately when here lately I've been contacted and they're real women. And I was like, oh, okay, they're real women, because I'll try to get them. I was like, hey, let's do a video check, because that's a quick way to alleviate the bullshit. I was like, right. Oh, you want to talk on because I've got my Facebook Messenger, I got WhatsApp, what's the Snapchat. I was like, and we can video chat. Oh, I don't want to video chat. All this kind of thing. So it makes me wonder, if you don't want a video chat, that's always a red flag at that point. I go, oh, okay. This one's not real. This is probably somebody trying to just get some cash out of me or something like that. So, this chick the other day, she video chat. I said, oh, she's a real, okay. Everything's there. So I was like, oh, she's a real woman. So I don't have no problem. But yeah, I don't like when I get the another thing I noticed is there's a couple and they start doing this on OkCupid. The woman would put that she lives in Nashville, and then when you start reading the profile, it'll be like, note, I actually don't live in Nashville. I'm in Brazil. And I've seen this more times than they live in Brazil or some other country, but they set their profile up for Nashville because it's like, hey, if we talk a little bit, then I'll come out and I'll come see you. And I go, oh, is that the hustle now?
Right.
Because they get you emotionally invested, and then they want you to they want you to fly them out. And let me see, hold up. Let me see. Hugo from Uruguay. Video is not necessary. Voice only goes so far because I like video chat because they could be sending you fake pictures and stuff. Even if it's a woman on the phone, it's not the woman that you think you're talking to.
Right.
So if you get a video chat going, you see a visual and the voice. So because that's like, as a matter of fact, if you watch, I used to watch that catfish show on MTV all the time, and the bitches would they be sending you pictures of their cousins and shit like that, and then they would be talking to you on the phone. They're like, there was this fat girl, and she took pictures of her friend, and it's like, hey, send me another picture, So he talked to the chick for like a year or whatever. It was crazy. I was like, this chick had him caught up for a year, and actually, it wasn't a chick. It was. I know one time they did it. It was a gay man or something, and he had the guy go to the restaurant and meet him, and he was there, but he just sat there and watched the guy sit there, and the guy sit there. He said, "Man, I sat there for like 35 minutes, and my date never showed." And then he contacted the show. He started thinking he was getting catfished and shit. And it was, I used to love that. That show was fascinating, but after like 3 or 4 seasons, he was like, God damn, man, how many people is it? I was like, you start realizing, but I thought Catfish was fascinating because it exposed a lot of stuff. And then the dude on there, I know I still follow him on Instagram. He I can't remember his name, the host on there, but he was, he had all these different ways where they could kind of look and try to investigate to see if you were authentic.
Because, you talking about Max and Rav?
Yeah. Rav. Yeah, it's that's the main one. Yeah, so it's like I know because hell, he got a wife and he got little babies and stuff now. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, but I saw his original movie. That's why I was interested in the MTV show. I saw the Catfish movie. I was watching Showtime. And they put it on there, and I watched and he talked to somebody. He talked to this person for like almost a year, I think it was. This person, it was at least a year, and he showed up. And first they told him the person died. Remember, because he kept trying to meet him in real life.
Right.
Yeah, Neve, that's his name.
Neve. I knew it was Rav or Neve or something like that. Yeah, Neve.
Yeah, Neve. And he kept trying to meet this person. He had been talking to this person. He had been trying to have these conversations. And then it was always an excuse. And finally, the person sent him a message. Oh, she died. Oh, he felt bad. All this kind of stuff. Because he had been having this, they had been talking on the phone and stuff for like a year. And then Neve said, well, if you saw the documentary, that person felt guilty. And so they decided to contact him and let him know the truth. Like, yeah, I meet guys online, but I'm just kind of a talker, fake pictures and everything. So yeah, he said, well, I still want to meet you. You were my friend, all this kind of stuff. He had real feelings for this person. It was kind of crazy. And when he showed up at the house, fat white girl, it was what it was. She wasn't living the photos. She sent him these attractive photos of this really cute girl. And he said, he saw, he was like, oh, okay. And, this chick told me, she sent me messages talking about the person is dead and all of, the whole thing, like I said, it was weird. And, but it was interesting. And obviously he got the MTV show and made a couple stacks off of it. So, let me see. Last Crusade. I've been married for 14 years since 22. If I was single, all of a sudden I wouldn't even know how to. That was my experience. I got out of a 4-year relationship, and I was right there towards the end of my 30s after the end of the relationship, and I've been in this relationship for 4 years, and all of a sudden I had to start like I didn't even know what to do. Well, it was so strange that when I met her on MySpace, and when we ended the relationship, we was on Facebook. That's how weird. That's the truth, because I made her on MySpace. She had sent me a message on MySpace, and then by the end of the relationship, MySpace was dying, and Facebook was the thing. And so it was my reality was different. It was but I don't know. You've had guys try to catfish you, but you haven't catfished anybody or anything?
I would never do that. I have too much integrity to catfish anybody, one. And two, I love who the fuck I am. So I'm not hiring nothing from nobody. So ain't nobody ever popped up at me and been like, oh, well, it's a surprise. You look different, because I don't look different. I show who the fuck I am on pictures and everything. Not to mention, when I start talking to people, I insist, hey, we need to video chat, bro.
So yeah, I want a video. Yeah, just sending me pictures don't do it.
I don't do that picture shit. I don't do that voice shit. I don't do that phone call shit, because all that is fake. If you are not who you say you are, if you're not the picture of what you're putting yourself out to be, then I don't need to talk to you. And I've ran across situations like that, like a guy would not want a video chat, and I'll cut him off quick. I said, I can't continue on with you, because what I look like having feelings for somebody, or end up having feelings for a phantom motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck you are. Nah,
you
I
have
don't do that.
What that illusion that they create.
Right. I don't do that.
Well, and that's another reason for the video chat. I've had people send me, we start swapping photos, and sometimes intimate photos, titties, pussy, dick, all that kind of, swapping. So I was like, once we get to that level, and then I started going, these photos kind of look like stuff that you pull off those Pornhub picture sites and stuff, where it's just, I was like, everything doesn't seem, it's too good to be true. The body is too perfect. Look like you got filters and been like photoshopped, airbrushed or whatever, all this kind of stuff. And I go, you want a video chat? Oh, yeah, I don't do that. And I was like, okay, you don't want video chat, then that's a problem, because
right.
it just cuts through all the bullshit. Because
right.
Video chat, Skype, or whatever you need to do, let's just talk. I said, oh, well. She's like, well, I got to get another phone. I can't really video chat. I was like, okay, you don't have to video. I said, you text me on the phone, so you obviously your phone. Yeah, but I don't have a camera on this phone. What kind of phone you got?
Right.
In 2020 that don't have a camera on it?
They'll make the biggest excuse, or any excuse, not to be on no camera, not to be videotaped, not to have nothing. And I don't got time for the dumb shit. So no, I'll cut it off.
Yeah, that's exactly, because after a certain time, I was like, okay, well, once I start realizing the video and all this kind of stuff, that shit's not real, it's a wrap, man. But Hugo from Uruguay actually has something made me think of a particular chick. He said, I don't get catfish because I asked for Facebook or WhatsApp right after we introduced ourselves. Now, what happened to me? There was a chick. This happened about a year ago. I was talking to a chick, and I didn't realize. It made me think something was wrong with the bitch. She admitted to me. She was like, yeah. She said, okay, so your name's Antonio? I was like, yeah. And she said, oh, wait a minute, hold up.
Sorry.
I don't want to hear you. Don't give me a copyright strike. I was like, but the chick, we got to talking, and she looked up my name. So, I just tell her I'm Antonio. And then, as we got more comfortable, I said, yeah, last name's Bryce. I didn't know she went on she looked my damn Facebook up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shit out. And because we had already swapped photos. She knew and so when she looked my last name up, she started going through my Facebook and shit. And we were getting along. She goes, hey, let me tell you something. I gotta be honest with you. She said, I looked you up on Facebook. And when she told me that, it kind of gave me that weird, creepy stalker vibe shit. I was like, why the fuck did you do that? That was weird. I didn't like that at all. I appreciated her telling me, but it made me look at her different.
Right.
I mean, being the guy that I am, we still got naked together, but it really made me look at her different because I was like, oh, this bitch is crazy. She looking up all kind of private shit on me and stuff. And
I mean, we do that for protection purposes because
she said that. She said that.
You know, that's just some real shit because you got stalker ass motherfuckers. For example, dude, when I moved down here or whatever, there was a dude that was on my Facebook friends. I was Facebook friends with him for years. And we had been like talking back and forth on and off or whatever, just cool. But he wanted to go out and whatever and see Joker. I was like, cool, so okay, we can go see Joker together. Now, this is strictly platonic. Even though he's trying to talk to me about sexual shit, I'm just like, nah, man, nah, cool.
You're not interested.
Cool. I'm not interested in him. And so normally I meet guys at a movie theater or wherever the fuck I'm going. I meet them. But my mom is just like, well, let him be a gentleman. Let him pick you up at your house. So I let him pick me up at my house. And when he decides to take it upon himself after we saw the movie, he dropped me off, everything cool. But he starts love bombing me out of nowhere. Tara, I love you. Don't you deserve to be loved? The other man you talking to, he don't love you. I love you. I can love you. I can give you this. I'm like, dude, I don't know you. And I'm just getting to know you, and that's all I'm cool with. And I'm like, you need to just give me some space, give me my time. We can talk, we can chill, we can be cool. But you're doing all this extra shit, and this is weirding me out. So you know what he does? Christmas morning, I'm working. He sends me a message, says that I came to your house, but you weren't there. And I'm like, you came to my house? He was just like, yeah, I just left there like an hour ago. Okay, the dude stays an hour away from me, and he has 4 kids in custody. Now, you got 4 kids, Christmas morning. They're all asleep at your house. You decided to take upon yourself because you're so infatuated with me or worked up about me that you decided to pack up all the Christmas dinner, get in your car, drive for a whole hour. Don't even let me know, hey, Tara, I'm coming down to your house. Nothing. Just decides to pop up at my house because he knows where I live to surprise me. And it freaked me out so bad. Creeped me out so bad. That's why we do the checking, the Facebook, because we need to know who the fuck you are. Because if anything were to happen, like this motherfucker, this motherfucker just popped up at my house. Like I gave him authority to come over here. Like I said, hey, you can come over my house anytime you want. Nothing like that was ever stated, but he did it anyway. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was, but like I said, I'm trying to be, like I said, I'm trying to be more sympathetic, but it just kind of crept me out because I talked to my friend. I was like, she was, I was talking to her and she was being all mysterious, but she looked me up on Facebook, and then but see after she said, okay, well since I looked you up, she told me her name, and then she let me see her profile and stuff. But I told her, I said, I gotta be honest, it was a little strange for me, but we had done the video chat and all this stuff. I knew she was a real person. Her mom was disabled. So it was kind of her mom needed a person to help care for her.
Mm-hmm.
And in the will, so her mom actually, she moved her mom into the house so that she could look after her. And then on times where she wasn't able to look after her, she would get, they whatever the service is, they would send people over. So it was kind of telling, but she got someone to watch her mom. And
Mm-hmm.
she came to my house, and we kicked it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just kind of a one night type of thing, because there was once we actually met in person. I mean, we had some fun over video chat. I mean, we was getting each other off and everything. It was I enjoyed the experience, but it seemed like when we actually got in person, certain things started kind of like, okay, this ain't the one.
Yeah. I like to call that a reality check. People online, they get so caught up in the mysterious, oh, this person is over here, and they don't necessarily know that individual, but they get caught up in that shit. So when you actually meet the person in person, it's just like a deflated balloon. Just that's another reason why I'm like, okay, I have to meet you ASAP. Like, I have to meet you immediately, because I don't want to get invested or get my feelings involved or get myself involved with somebody that is a complete and total mystery to me. And then a year or two down the line, when I finally decide that, hey, or we finally decide that we're going to meet each other in real life, shit ain't clinking.
Yeah, like I said, she showed up at my door, and I was like, okay. I mean, even though I had saw her in the video, and she, I mean, it was live video, and hell, I'd seen her titties, and she'd show me up. What I'm saying, we seen, and I mean, we had chat sex and all this kind of stuff. It's just something, I don't know. Maybe she was more nervous, because it's something she still wanted to see me, and I told her, I said, look, some. She said, I admit I was kind of nervous because we were actually in person. I said, your personality was just so different. You seemed like a lot less inhibited when we were doing the video chat stuff. And then you came to my house, and it seemed like she got real kind of frigid around me and stuff. And the whole energy changed. I was like, wait a minute, all this shit we was doing? And all of a sudden your ass it really threw me off. And
well, I can help you with that. Girl, I ain't gonna say no girls. Women sometimes like to play hard to get sometimes. So we'll play that timid shit, and we'll just sit on the edge of the bed, and we'll act real frigid. Like, it's simply because we just want you to take authority. We want you to take charge. Like, we want you to make the first move, because we don't know how you would feel if we would make the first move. Because I'll tell you straight up, I don't mind making the first move. I just don't know how you feel about that. I don't know how I do feel like that. I don't have no problem with coming in. Hey, I want to suck your dick. Pull down your pants. But I don't know how you, or a guy that I'm seeing, a guy that I'm dealing with, I don't know how the guy would perceive that, if he would be weirded out by me taking authority or anything like that. I don't know, man. So we don't do it.
That's interesting. Like I said, I just thought it was weird, because I was like, wait a minute. You fucking touching yourself on video chat, and licking your titties, and I'm jerking off, and we doing all this freaky shit on the video chat, and then you show up in my house, everything. Hey, slow down. I don't want to do. I was like, the whole thing just got real weird for me, and I was like, okay, cool.
Hold on, slow down.
Yeah. She because I thought, we start, I sat next to her, we on the couch, and touching, and then she was like, oh, slow down, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, things ended up happening, but she just I guess she was nervous. And it wasn't like I just tried to go right into the fucking. But at
Right.
that point, we had been talking for a couple of weeks, and like I said, video chatting, a couple times a week. And I come home from work, hey baby, show me them titties. Oh yeah. Doing all that. We would, we were very sexual on the phone, and she's telling me she won't suck my dick and do all that. And then all of a sudden, that was another thing that pissed me off. She used to tell me she won't suck my dick all the time, and we messed around and she didn't suck my dick. That really pissed me off.
Oh no.
And she was like, well, it was our first time, and I didn't want to. I was like, you've been talking about sucking my dick for the last few weeks. The dick is here.
Right.
Although she let me go down on her, and then I was like, this is some bullshit.
Right. Well, you know what? No. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I just like I said, it really irritated me because I felt like she didn't send me no fake pictures. Everything was what it was, but it just seemed like the person I was interacting with on the phone. And she left, and I gotta be honest, normally I would call her right back, hey, you doing? And a couple days went by, and she said, hey, what's going on? I said, what do you mean? And she was like, well, you used to talk to me every day, and it's been like 3 days. And I was, and I felt weird. I was like, well, I've been busy. She said, you were always busy, and you never had a problem at least sending me a text or something. And well, I did. It's just, it's the whole thing.
Awkward.
It was getting real awkward and shit. And I was like, and I just looked, and then she said, well, can we talk? And I said, yeah. And so I called her, and I said, look, I thought when you were coming over, we were going to have a good time. And it ended up being different than what I thought. And it made me kind of, she said, look, I admit I was kind of nervous because, I really like you. And, when I built all this up in my head, and then, I showed up at the door and I was real nervous. She's like, she said, I didn't, it was nothing wrong with you. I still like you, and I had a good time with you and all that. But
right.
she said, I admit that I was a little standoffish at first.
Right.
Like, yeah, it just seemed weird. The whole thing was a weird experience for me. And she said, well, you got my number. I like you. If you want to talk, let me know. And I said, all right. And, I hung up the phone, and then like a week later, she says, okay, so I guess you aren't going to call me back. And I was like, yeah, bitch, we talked. I'm done. I was like, the whole thing got weird. So I was just, I don't know. I felt bad though, because I think I really hurt her feelings. But when she actually showed up at my door and everything just, it was different from what I had expected.
Right. Expected.
And the whole energy was different. So I don't know. So at that point,
I know. That's just that's horrible. But it be like that sometimes. It really does. That's why, you can't get too invested into this shit. And if you are, you have to have the ability to be able to bounce back from heartbreak or what's the word, or just shit not going to what you expect or what you want it to be. That's life.
That's definitely life. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to hurt nobody. It's like, but she seemed like, she was very sad. And,
right.
But it was just weird when we, like I said, over the video, everything was real freaky, and she was real. I think social media allows us to be other people.
Right.
And because it seemed like I was confused when I was like, does she not like me? I thought after everything we've been going through, and she was like, yeah. She said it just, and then I thought she was gonna spend the night and all this kind of thing, because she told me, she had gotten a sitter for her mom, somebody, to come and hang with her mom, and then she ended up leaving. We kind of messed around and she left. And I was like, I wanted you to spend the night. And she was like, well, I'm not going to spend the night at your house. It was the first time we were together. I was like, but you just came over there. We messed around. You just going to get up and leave? I don't know. The whole thing was weird. I don't know, maybe and my friend Anna, she says that I'm kind of like a chick sometimes. She was like, you want motherfuckers to cuddle, you want to do. I was like, to me, being intimate is very emotional for me, and I want, I want to hug, and I want to go to sleep, and I want to wake up, and I want to be able to shit. If it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, I want to be able to just go under them covers and mess around with you and do all that, and I want to do all that freaky. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's sweet. This type of living has it desensitized you to the point of not wanting to cuddle. Because I'm the complete opposite. I love cuddling. I love hugging. I love kissing. But the men that I run into are they're very unemotional. They're very emotionally unavailable. They don't like the hugging. They don't like kissing. They don't like touching. They don't like doing nothing outside of sex. And even in sex, they don't want to kiss you. They don't want to touch you. They don't want to love you. They don't want to do none of that shit. They just want to get their nut, and that's it. So I have desensitized myself to not even want to be hugged or want to be loved or want to be kissed or anything like that. I haven't been kissed in 2 years.
Oh, whoa,
So
wow.
about that's real talk. And the last time I kissed somebody, they didn't even kiss me back. They didn't want to kiss me. So
But
I
you
just
just said you sucked the dick, so you didn't kiss the.
yeah.
You didn't.
No. No. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
told you, I am desensitized from any of the acts of intimacy now. Like you just can't find that shit no more because people don't want to be in love and they don't want to do lovey-dovey shit no more. They just nobody wants to be hurt. So everybody is completely protecting themselves. And a part of that is refusing to be intimate with anybody. So that's life, bro.
Whew, that's
It
deep. Hold on.
sucks.
Let me get this from Black Daddy because I think he had a good point. He said, hey, man, the situation just wasn't what you expected, and call it what it is. It was whack. And it sounds
Right.
like it was going to get more complicated after. And I think that's true. I definitely, I think, yeah, I think that's true. Vic King, I smash and dash, I have to admit.
And that's so sad. It's so sad that that's the type of life that we gotta live, where you gotta smash and dash, or you have to not love anybody, not hug nobody, not kiss nobody, not be affectionate. It's just straight fucking no loving.
I do want, the other part though. I don't.
What other part?
I want the hugging and the
I
cuddling and the
want the
kissing.
hugging and kissing and cuddling, but they don't want to do it,
Yeah,
and you can't
I
make people do things that they don't want to do. You
and
know.
oh man, oh yeah, that's yeah.
I
Oh no,
know.
hold on. Let's see. Last Crusader says, "Not me. I smash and cook breakfast." Well, there you go.
I appreciate that. Smash a bitch and cook breakfast. That's what's up. That's what I'm trying to do. You
It was
know what I'm
like,
saying?
and
You
Hugo,
know what I'm saying, bro?
yeah, and Hugo says after coming, why am I here? I was possessed by my thirst. Yeah, it's always weird when you have those situations like, oh God, I just want to get laid, but I really
I
not into
I
it.
don't, man. I would love to cook a man breakfast after we have sex and shit. But I don't do shit like that no more because it's like I'm not getting anything for it. What I look like, I'm having mediocre sex. I'm having half-ass sex. I'm having one-sided sex. And what I look like doing that and then going in there and cooking eggs and bacon. Bro,
But
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah. You just had your thrill and got your shit off and all that. Yeah, let me go skip my ass in there. No, man. Give me some dick. Give me some fucking head. Give me some kisses. Give me some hug. Give me something that'll make me want to fucking skip as all around the fucking house and make eggs and bacon and grits and all that shit. Give me the Jill Scott shit when she's singing about
oh yeah,
grits. Yeah, give me that. I want that. But you don't want to give me that. So you ain't getting shit.
oh my goodness.
Enjoy your nut. Go about your business. Get out of my face.
Well, Black Daddy says, damn, mama, you need to be fulfilled entirely. And I
I
agree with
need to
that.
be fulfilled entirely, Black Daddy. You are absolutely correct. And I haven't been fulfilled entirely in a very long time, for years. So
Well,
tell these men to get their shit together.
oh, absolutely. Well, we need to. We are at the end of the road. We've been going almost 2 hours now, and
Right.
I think the show has been fantastic. And appreciate you guys hanging out with us in the chat. It's been a fun show. And like I said, we get deep, and we'll be back at this exact same time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. Again, that if you feeling the strain for some change and you want to show the Mad Weirdo a little love, go ahead and hit that Cash App for and throw a few dollars, make a holler, and show a little bit of love and tenderness and all that good stuff out there. But Mad Weirdo, how do people reach out to you? Give them the rundown.
Well, you guys can follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, The Mad Weirdo. I'm going to be updating it pretty soon, so please like that page for me. And if you enjoyed our conversation, want to send me a little gas money, a little lift money, go ahead and hit up that Cash App, the $ The Mad Weirdo. And I will be back next Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my weekend. We love the chat. Sexy Party is always lit. As always, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel. Everywhere is at Akari Press. And man, that's it. It's over. Say
Good night,
goodnight.
y'all.
All right. Deuces.